Coming to you pre-recorded from Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm David, and I'm here to give you my Game 2 reactions and my Game 3 expectations all in one video. Real quick, I just run it down, go through a real rundown. I'm not very analytic. I got a little analytics, but not, sometimes not very thorough. I'm just quick thoughts, running it down, just spitballing, giving you my take, okay? What's funny is when the Pacers was up kicking their ass, I was writing shit down for the Bucks because I was like writing good things about the Bucks in case I forgot. Because at the time when I'm writing it down in the middle of the game, I'm like, man, we kicking their ass so bad. By the time it's over, I'm going to be so rah-rah and so happy we won. I'm going to forget to say good shit about the Bucks. So I'm writing good shit to them. Well, sure enough, the Bucks made a game out of it. So it wasn't as carried as away as I thought it would be, which is fine. Even though technically the Bucks did not win the last three quarters, I look at it as they did. The Pacers won the first 5 quarters. The Bucks, low-key, even though it's so, I'm trying to word this where it doesn't sound completely stupid. But I look at, even though the Pacers are up 2-0 in the series, I feel like the Bucks have gotten some of the momentum. I know there's no such thing as a moral victory, but if I'm the Bucks, it's like, look, we got outplayed in that first quarter yesterday. But after that, I think the Bucks started to figure some things out, which is kind of why I said they kind of got some of the momentum, which isn't totally accurate because the Pacers definitely have the momentum going. They're up 2-0 in the series. But I think the Bucks are going to make the adjustments. They're figuring things out. They're going to look good in Game 3, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The first thing I wrote down, the Bucks did a good job getting steals off Halliburton. Even though Halliburton had 21 and 12, he had those turnovers, and that was because the Bucks did a good job finding ways to. Because Halliburton doesn't, I just went on last video and the video before that how great Halliburton was and not turning the ball over. So 3 turnovers may not seem a lot to y'all, but for Halliburton it was, and that was because of the Bucks. They did a good job on him. Kyle Kuzma, Brook Lopez showed up. Well, no, Brook Lopez didn't necessarily show up. On the defensive end, he did. Brook Lopez was doing a good job blocking shots. I think he had a 3. But Kyle Kuzma, remember last video I said his market went down to 14.5, down to 10.5, and I said that I couldn't help but think that he would hit over 10.5. Sure enough, Kyle Kuzma did. He had like 8 points in the third quarter. And the Bucks were blocking shots. I think they had 8. I got it somewhere. Where's the blocks at? Oh, well, whatever. They had a lot. They had at least 6. I want to say they had 8, though. So, kudos to the Bucks. They looked a lot better than they did Game 1. So, the field goal percentage. Milwaukee actually had a better field goal percentage at 50.6. The Pacers had 48.9. But they had the same amount of field goals made. The Pacers had they shot 44% from 3-pointers. The Milwaukee Bucks shot 40%. 2 more threes for the Pacers. 2 more made threes for the Pacers. They shot 44%. Milwaukee shot 40%, which is significantly better than what they shot last game, which was like 22, 24. It was less than 30. The real difference in the game was the Pacers was 100% from the free throw line. I think that was real. I think that really, with them having the same amount of field goals and Milwaukee shooting a better percentage, you got to say the free throws was probably the biggest difference in the game. The Pacers didn't miss a free throw, 100%, 19 for 19. The Milwaukee shot 68% from the free throw line. That's not good. Now, Milwaukee did have more total rebounds than the Pacers at 43 compared to 38. 4 more offensive rebounds for Milwaukee. The Pacers had 30 assists. The Bucks had 26. So the Bucks got their assist game up too. And some of that was because of Damian Lillard. The Pacers had 8 turnovers, but the Bucks had 15. which is another difference in the game. So you look at the free throws and you look at the turnovers. Milwaukee had 15. Only 2 more points in the paint for Milwaukee, which I thought was kind of surprising. Excuse me. With the Bucks only having 2 more points in the paint than the Pacers, so that tells me the Pacers did a good job like evening out what Giannis can do. Giannis had 34 and 18. Can I say that was the most quiet 34 and 18 game I've ever seen? Because I don't feel like Giannis did much in the fourth quarter. Maybe I'm wrong. I probably am. But it's just, you know, we're so used to seeing Giannis drop 50 on us. Seriously though, Giannis dropped 50 on us. Hey, when we brought James Johnson back when the Bucks won a couple years ago, and Giannis had like 60, 66 or some shit, and retook the game ball for Oscar, who ain't even on the team no more. But I'm just saying, man. Kuzma had 12 points, 3 rebounds. Lillard had 14 points, 7 assists. So yeah, even though Lillard only had 14 points, the dude had a blood clot, and he played like a lot of minutes. So I was very impressed that Lillard was able to play the amount of minutes that he did, and he got 7 assists. So even though he's a little bit off, he still managed to, help out with the assist area. And he's just a presence out there for the Bucks. You know what I mean? You could call him. He was a very good decoy. Above average decoy, all right? Now, I don't want to sound disrespectful. He just came off of a blood clot. He looked good, and he's going to get 30 before the series is over. I'd be crazy to bet otherwise. Prince had 6 points, 4 assists. I told you, man, I was expecting a big game for Bobby Portis, man. He had 32 minutes, 28 points, 12 rebounds. Gary Trent, my bad, sorry about that. Excuse me if I repeated myself. So I want to say I started to talk about Gary Trent getting 30 minutes, but he only had 4 points. So if he only had 4 points, he got 30 minutes. I'm assuming it was because he was doing a good job on defense. It's a lot of things to look for in the game. Gary Trent playing defense isn't one of them. There's a couple times I guess he did, but he wasn't doing anything on the offensive end. So Kevin Porter Jr. only had 15 minutes, 9 points, 3 assists, 3 turnovers. I got to assume Kevin Porter Jr. only got 15 minutes because he did that stupid play, that stupid foul where he tripped Thomas Bryant's ankle or something. That, along with the 3 turnovers when Doc Rivers was screaming at his players all game not to turn it over. I gotta assume Kevin Porter Jr. only getting 15 minutes was for disciplinary reasons. He got 9 points in those 15 minutes. They need Kevin Porter Jr. to win the series. It's that simple, bro. You need Giannis, you need Lillard, you need Portis, you need Kevin Porter Jr., you need Gary Trent Jr. to have more than 4 points. And I feel like now that they're going back at Milwaukee, the Bucks will find a way to come up with their immortal game. That's a chess reference. They're going to find a way to come up with their best game where all of them get it together. Now, whether they're able to do that for 4 games, it's a different story. But Game 3 or Game 4, you got to think the team as a whole will get it together. Now I'm going to do some Pacer grades. I'm going to start with Miles Turner just like I did last time. I'm going to give Miles Turner a B+. I wanted to give him an A, but with him only having 2 rebounds, I wanted to be fair. I could hear the Miles Turner critics going crazy. He only had 2 rebounds. He only had 2 rebounds. Miles Turner sucks. Shut up. But I won't give him an A because of that. I can see me giving Miles Turner an A, but he only had 2 rebounds. All right, then. B+, okay? Miles Turner had some big fucking shots, clutch shots, 15 points. He's always a presence on the defensive end. My only A+ goes to Siakam. Pascal Siakam. 24 and 11, 3 assists. Pascal Siakam's, he's won a ring before, so he's one of those guys. He's a leader in the locker room. He's keeping us steady. I like when he got thrown down. NBA guys, Chuck and Shaq, they're making fun of Pascal Siakam. Hit the weight room, Pascal. Hit the weight room. Letting Gary Trent Jr. do. I like that. Pascal jumped up and said, "Yeah, what's up, good? What's up, bro? What's up, man? You can just throw me on the ground, bro." Man, yeah, I like that. I like the technical double check that he got because they were chirping with a couple minutes left to go. Pascal Siakam, yeah, acting like he's James Johnson out there. Yeah, let's go. He's been here before. He's got history with the Bucks. He's got history in the playoffs. He's won a ring. Pascal Siakam knows what it takes. He knows the attitude and the mindset you got to have. And the 25 bucket Siakam, A+. Halliburton, I want to give him an A so bad, but with the 3 turnovers, and he just didn't make enough shots in the fourth quarter. Very inefficient and uncharacteristic of Tyrese Halliburton, because Tyrese Halliburton normally hits good clutch shots. He normally does hit big shots in the fourth. He just didn't do that yesterday. So I'm going to give Halliburton a B- because he still managed to get 21 points and 12 assists, 19 shot attempts for Halliburton, which is above his average. He was playing aggressive. I love it. So he gets a B-. Aaron Nesmith, I'm giving him an A. I love what Nesmith. He got 16 points. Playing some great defense, fouling Giannis when he has to, because Giannis is just so big. No easy buckets, man. Go get that shit from the free throw line. Giannis actually did very good at the free throw line yesterday. That's okay. We'll keep sending him there. Hack-a-shacking. Nemhard, he gets an A. He had some big – he's a playoff performer. Aaron Nemhard, man. Or no, Andrew Nemhard. Aaron Nesmith, sorry. Got their names mixed up. Andrew Nemhard gets an A. He had 17 points, 6 assists. Big shots, big assists. I think of that one assist where he throws the lob to Obi Toppin. It's just beautiful, man. Beautiful. Obi Toppin, I'm going to give him a B-. He only had 7 points, but he's not playing a whole lot of minutes. That lob that I just mentioned, we want to get the crowd into it. Obi Toppin's one of our go-tos when we're trying to get the crowd into it. Throw him a lob. He can hit a 3. He's playing pretty good defense, actually. Mathurin, I'm going to give him, I know last time I gave him a C. I got to give him a B- this time. I want to say he was more efficient. I could be wrong. It felt, watching the game, he felt more efficient than he was the last game. And I'm really hoping he can get into the closing lineup. It's so tough, though, in that closing lineup. Andrew, because Nesmith and Nemhard were still playing so good. Like, yes, we want Mathurin in there to close the game, but for who? I mean, it's such a tough thing. We got 6 starters, bro. That's hard, man. And credit to Rick Carlisle for managing that and keeping Mathurin in good spirits. And Mathurin's happy. He's humble. He just wants to win games. Mathurin will do whatever it takes to win game. So even though he's a Maple Mamba and he's the type of player that wants the ball in his hands, normally that kind of player is arrogant and crying that he's not on the court. Mathurin's not doing that yet. He's not doing that. He's a young man. He's humble, and he was ready to win. And it's just so tough, man. Who do you take out for Mathurin? Put Mathurin in there when Nesmith is playing so good and Nemhard's playing so good. It's hard, man. And I as much as I want Mathurin in there, and I hope he does get promoted to that closing lineup as the playoffs go on. But last night, I was calling for it when we were starting to choke, but Nemhard hit some big shots. So Siakam hit a big shot. I also put in Mathurin. Okay, maybe we don't have to. I'm giving T.J. McConnell a C. I think that's very critical, but I'm only giving him the C to emphasize that I think he was probably the worst grade out of everyone. But he only had, 16 minutes. You get 6 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. That's good. So C's kind of critical, but I was just put it at C because I felt like who gets the worst grade out of these guys? I'm going to put TJ because he missed a few shots. You could probably argue it should have been Toppin. So all of our starters were over 15 points. Mathurin with 14 points. Technically, the Bucks bench outscored us, but that was because of Bobby Portis, and Bobby Portis got 32 minutes. Lopez only got 16 minutes, so if you count Lopez as the bench guy, he only got 8 points, and that makes it where the Pacers outscored the Bucks bench 30-21. Trent and Porter will be better at home. I expect Gary Trent Jr. and Kevin Porter Jr. both to be better at home with them being role players. Rollins might even show up. We ain't heard his name at all because he sucks. He's trash. There ain't no reason I shouldn't even have said something. But I'm just trying to emphasize with them going back to Milwaukee, their role players are going to be better. I expect the Pacers. I don't want this to happen. Don't get me fucked up. I don't want this to happen. I will be rooting for the Pacers to win, but I would expect the Bucks to kick our ass game 3 and us to have a competitive game 4. I'm still being respectful, still being humble. Pacers in 6 or 7, but if we win games 3 or 4, taking the gloves off, coming for you guys' throats, talking my shit. This is the video. I appreciate you watching. I'll holler at you next time.